Hello friends, I'm Selan Jose. Welcome back to the political science first lesson. What is democracy and why democracy? See, last module we had discussed about the definition of democracy. What is democracy? We had discussed. Today we are going to discuss about the major decisions or major features of democracy. Only four features we have to learn in this chapter. First one is major decisions by elected leaders. Major decisions by elected leaders. See, in a good democracy, major decisions are taken by elected leaders. That means that in a democracy, final decision making power rests with the hands of the elected representative. See, we can explore more about the key feature, this key feature, through the story of Pakistan. Have you heard about Pakistan? One of the important neighboring countries of our country. See, in Pakistan, 1999, General Parvez Musharraf seized power through a military coup, and he became the chief executive of the nation. Then in 2002, he changed his designation into president of Pakistan. Then he conducted a referendum in the nation, and that referendum has given an extension of 5 years to Parvez Musharraf. The medias and human activists and democratic activists talked about that referendum. It was full of malpractices. It was full of malpractices, and it was also full of fraud practices. Even then, he continued his administration. In August 2002, he launched another important step. That was that he introduced a legal framework order. In the legal framework order, it is giving more priority or more powers to the government. That means to the military government. The president have got enormous power. Then president can have the right to dismiss even the national assembly which is elected by the people. See, in Pakistan, most of the decisions are taken by National Security Council. The members of the National Security Council, major portion is coming from, or most of the numbers coming from military persons. See, that means the decisions are taken by, in Pakistan, decisions are taken by military persons. And one of the military important military person, that is Parvez Musharraf himself. See, can we call Pakistan, the administration of Pakistan, a democratic system of administration? Definitely, it is very difficult to call, because in a democracy, decisions are taken by the final decisions are taken by the government. That means the representative of people. Is it clear? See, next, the second feature, free and fair electoral competition. Free and fair electoral competition. See, in a democracy, elections should come better. Suppose maybe some nations, every nation want to known as democracies, the label of democracy. So they have conducted elections regularly. But whether that elections are free and fair, that is a major question we have to discuss here. Here also we have to go through few examples. First of all, China. In China, we know China is a communist nation, and it is regularly conducting elections. But you know how they conducted elections? In China, only the members of the Communist Party or its allies, 8 allied political parties are also there in China. They only have right to participate or compete in election. Suppose any candidate who contest in election, he should be belong to either Communist Party or in that allied political parties. Is it called a perfect choice of the people? No, here people have no choice. All people are from the same political party. Then how can we call it is a choice? Is it clear? One more example is there about free and fair election in your textbook. That is about Mexico. Have you heard about Mexico? Mexico, the nation Mexico got its independence in 1930. From 1930 to 2000, until 2000, uh, they have conducted elections and only one political party ruled that country. Is it possible? Definitely it is possible. Suppose a political party is very popular and always people giving support to that political party, then they can continue their administration. But about PRI, the political party PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. See, in Mexico, the Institutional Revolutionary Party or PRI played a lot of dirty tricks to come to power. They utilized the even education system. They misused that even education system for getting power, and they control medias. They didn't give any chance to the opposition parties to conduct a election campaign or anything. See, in such a way, they have conducted elections in Mexico. Then they continue power till 2000. Can we call it as a good democracy? It is not. See, from these two examples, we will get a clear picture. Free and fair election, electoral competition is one of the most important feature of democracy. In India, we have conducted free and fair elections. That is why India is known as world's largest democracy. Is it clear? The second point, free and fair electoral competition. Okay, the third feature, one person, one vote, one value. You heard this feature somewhere else. See, in India, we have a democratic election setup. So, in India, every people, whether he belong to economically poor strata or ultra rich, whether he is belong to educationally backward or highly educated, every person in India having equal voting right? But some other nations have different ways of conducting elections. Have you heard about Saudi Arabia? In Saudi Arabia, until 2015, in Saudi Arabia, women have no voting right. Clear? Years before, decades before, Indian women started enjoying voting right. But in Saudi Arabia, only 2015, the women got political right to cast their vote. Is it clear? That is another feature. One, everyone have a one heart. And another example, Estonia. Have you heard about Estonia? In Estonia, lot of people from Russia, Russian migrants are there in Estonia. It is very difficult to get voting right a Russian migrants in Estonia. Is it clear? In Estonia, it is very difficult to get voting right by a Russian migrant. Another example is also there. Have you heard about Fiji, another nation? In Fiji, lot of people migrated years and centuries before. Lot of Indian people also migrated to Fiji. They were known as Indian Fijians. See that Indian Fijians and Fijian indigenous people have voting right, but the vote cast by an indigenous Fijian is more valuable than an Indian Fijian. Is it clear? These are some of the existing example of the third feature was denied by some of the governments. See, in India, we know every people, every person have a voting right, and they have only one vote, and that vote have a equal value everywhere in India. Is it clear? That was the third feature: one person, one vote, and one value. Okay, final feature, that is rule of law and respect for rights. Here, a democratic government must obey some rules and regulations set up by the constitution. That means the democratic government or elected government should do or should act according to or within the limit of the constitution. Is it clear? In a democratic nation, people have a lot of rights. The citizen have a lot of rights. Then the government should act, or government should act within the limit of that constitutional restrictions. One example is there in your textbook about the Zimbabwe. In 1980, Zimbabwe got its independence from white minority. After that, the political party which was work for the independence of Zimbabwe, that is ZANU PF, that leader of the political party was Robert Mugabe. He became the president of after the election, or president of Zimbabwe after independence. But after became the president of Zimbabwe, Mugabe had done lot of non-popular or not fit for the popular support. The actions which is done by Mugabe is not fit for the nation. As president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe had done lot of things against the rights of the people. He has amended the constitution few times for giving more powers to the president. Then and he also cut a lot of rights by the people enjoyed. Opposition parties have no right to conduct political activities in that nation. That means in a democratic nation, the people have a lot of rights, and that whether it is elected, maybe that a government is elected by the people. If that elected government should obey or should give importance to the rights of the people which enjoyed by the nation. Is it clear? These are the four features we have to discuss in this module. Thank you.